should an artist sign to a publishing label? They all go, should I keep my publishing? Which sounds romantically and sounds correct. And yet so many artists, great artists, big artists, successful artists, have actually had a publisher involved. Why should an artist sign with a publisher? And you talked a little bit about the syncing and so forth.
I think if you think you can do it yourself, sure, do it yourself. Me, for instance, I mean, there are a couple things. There's on the business side, in terms of the paperwork of it. Listen, I have a 18-year-old son who's a songwriter. And I tried to do his paperwork with Interscope Records. The first cut he had was with Nicole Scherzinger. And I tried to do that paperwork. I don't know who could do the paperwork. Okay, so then your lawyer could do the paperwork. The thing is, if you feel like, if we together feel like your songs have an opportunity to live in many places, you should have a music publishing. You know, I think, number one, you need your money collected in every territory throughout the world. Not easy to do on your own. The other thing is, we're really in danger right now of losing a tremendous amount of income with all of these new digital things. I mean, we've now withdrawn a lot of our rights from ASCAP and BMI because they're limited in the deals that they can make with the YouTubes of the world. So right now, we really have to enforce the rights of songs and make sure songs are licensed and paid for. So that's on the business side. Creatively, for instance, you know, Lady GaGa came to me when I first came to Sony ATV, and I signed her for a significant amount of money. I really believed in her. The first thing I did was call to Interscope. What do you guys think about her? Well, we love her. She's great. Nothing sounds like her on the radio, and we're not going to radio so fast. I was like, oh, okay, look at my investment. And what we did was her manager, Troy Carter, and her production company, Vincent Herbert, were kind enough and smart enough to give us 8 songs to work from Gaga's unreleased album. We took those 8 songs and got no less than 25 placements on Gaga songs. So by the time Just Dance was a hit, which was a year and a few months after I signed her, it was #1 in the UK and the US, there was already a big campaign in Australia on America's Next Top Model. There was a big, I think, ABC image campaign. There was tremendous use of her songs in film and TV. So by the time you heard her on the radio, and you know how quick they do research,
sure,
there was a recognition.
Well, what's interesting about it, and I think this is something that people don't really understand when they think about why should I be with a publisher. It's one thing to write a song. One of the things we talk about a lot, you obviously have to have a great song, but so many of the things that happen after you make that song, write that song, decisions you make after that, have a huge impact on the outcome of how it's going to play out. So Jody has a whole team of people that are out there networking, just like our friend Jake Versluis, who's in the licensing business, that are out there shaking hands, meeting with supervisors, meeting with commercial and meeting with advertising agencies. And what's been happening today is that you're having artists that are breaking through commercials and other means, just like you're talking about, outside of what we used to call the mainstream of the business.
Because when artists come to me and say, oh, I got this major deal, and they're going right to radio, and I'm like, okay, if there's no story behind you when they go to radio, chances are it's not going to happen. But you take an art, like I signed this kid, Sammy Adams. Sammy has a huge touring base. He's had some success. He's signed to RCA Records. Big priority for him, has had one single out. I put him on an Enrique Iglesias single called Finally Found You that he actually wrote, and I asked Enrique to feature him. He did, so it got him radio exposure. We now have this CBS image campaign for his song, The Only One, which was his first single, which is done at the label, but alive now for all of us. Yeah.